Hi, this is Ben Roethlisberger of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you're listening to 102.5 DVE.
And now, back to the Locker Room Show on the Pittsburgh Steelers Radio Network.
Ellis Cannon, Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network. Ben now 27-4 as a starter. It's extraordinary stuff. I believe that Wolf's got our friend 91 Aaron Smith on Ford Field.
All right, I'm with Aaron Smith and Aaron. This wouldn't complete it this whole year. We got a chance to talk. This is really special, as I said before. Tunch and I are just so envious, out of our minds.
You know, I can't put it into words. It's hard to describe. It doesn't even seem, like I said this last week, but this doesn't even seem real. I don't know if I should cry, laugh, or just scream. I just don't know what to do.
This is a team that really had to hang together. Matt Hasselbeck never quit. You guys never quit. It was a tough fight all the way to the end. Can you talk a little bit about what that Seahawk offense was bringing to the table here?
You know, we knew it was going to be a dogfight. They're a great team. This is the Super Bowl. You're not going to have any blowouts. And, they kept running the ball. They were throwing a lot of quick passes and getting some yards and moving the ball. But the big thing is we kept them out the end zone.
Well, you know what? I think your broadcasting daughter here wants to say hi. Do you want to say hi to the Steeler Nation? What's your name, honey?
Eliana.
What's that?
Eliana.
Eliana. All right. Are you proud of your daddy?
You proud?
Yes.
All right, Aaron, congratulations, and I know all the Steelers Nations congratulates you.
Thanks, Wolf.
Absolutely,
all right,
man. Great guy, of course. Hey, I want to talk about this, Tunch. Talk about adjustments, and you just heard Aaron Smith reference those quick passes. Darrell Jackson at halftime, 5 catches for 50 yards. Now, we know what he's able to do. Missed 10 games this year with the knee injury. 29 first downs this year. 76% of his catches went for first downs this year. 67% in his career. He finished 5 for 50.
Second half, the Steelers shut him down. You know what, Ellis? We talked about it throughout the football game and even in the pregame, and you and I have talked about this a bunch. You know this West Coast offense. If the corners are off, they're going to run the quick hitch or the quick out. That's what they do. If the Hasselbeck sees that, he's going to take it. If the Steelers walk their corners up and play cover 2, then they're going to run the quick slant. The key for the Steelers' defense is you got to make the receivers pay after the catch. You can't give them the yards after. And the Steelers were outstanding in tackling. I only can think of one play where Darrell Jackson made someone miss and made a little bit more out of it than that quick 7-yard hitch or the quick 7-yard out.
That's an interesting point as well. Again, they get into that flow and that rhythm, and it seemed as if looking at it in the first half, particularly with the Steelers offensively, first 3 possessions by the Steelers, 3 and out. First possession included 2 false starts. That was sideways. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the 4th possession turned into an interception. The 5th was the only one that they had in the first half, and it's the one that got them the touchdown. So the contrast to the Seattle looking fairly good at their style, the Steelers were going nowhere.
And then, you know what? The beauty of it was they went in at halftime up 7-3. And we said that. If you're a Steeler fan and you're going as badly as the Steelers offense played in the first half, you go in up 7-3 at the halftime, you got to be confident with yourself. Whoever made the right adjustments, whoever came out ready to play in the second half would win this Super Bowl. Clearly, it was the Steelers.
Tunch, let's talk a little bit about Bill Cowher and his legacy next. He improves to 2-4 all-time against Mike Holmgren. We'll go through the numbers. This is the cherry on the top. You're listening to Ellis, Tunch, and everybody else with the Steeler Network right here on the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network.